When the temperature hits 100 degrees, most gardens shut down. Tomatoes stop setting fruit because the pollen becomes non-viable above 90. Peppers drop their flowers. Lettuce bolted weeks ago. Beans that were producing heavily in June have slowed to almost nothing. The garden that was thriving in early summer is suddenly stalling, and the gardener assumes something is wrong. Not enough water, not enough fertilizer, a disease they cannot identify. But nothing is wrong with the plants. The heat itself is the problem. Most common garden vegetables evolved in moderate climates, and they have biological limits that kick in when temperatures stay above 90 to 95 degrees for extended periods. Their reproduction slows or stops because the chemical processes that drive flowering and fruit set do not function properly at extreme temperatures. That is why your garden looks healthy but is not producing. The plants are alive and growing leaves, but they have paused reproduction until conditions improve. But some crops do not pause. In fact, they thrive in extreme heat. If your garden stalls every summer, these are the 8 vegetables that keep producing in 100-degree temperatures, plus 3 techniques that help heat-sensitive crops survive until cooler weather returns. Number 1 is okra, and it is the undisputed king of hot weather production. While every other crop in your garden is struggling above 90 degrees, okra is accelerating. It is native to tropical West Africa and genuinely performs better in extreme heat than in moderate temperatures. Okra planted in late spring begins producing pods in mid-summer and does not slow down until frost. During the hottest weeks of the year, the exact weeks when tomatoes and beans stall, okra produces a new harvestable pod every 1 to 2 days per plant. A single okra plant can produce 50 or more pods across the season. 5 plants produce enough for fresh eating plus surplus for freezing, pickling, or drying. Harvest pods at 2 to 3 inches for the most tender results. Pods left too long become woody and tough. Consistent harvesting keeps the plant pushing new flowers and new pods without pause. If you live anywhere that regularly hits 95 to 100 degrees and you are not growing okra, you are leaving the most productive weeks of your growing season completely empty. Number 2 is sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes do not just tolerate heat, they require it. They need warm soil to produce tubers, and they grow most aggressively when temperatures are in the 80s and 90s. While your tomatoes are stalling in July and August, sweet potato vines are expanding rapidly, building the root mass that becomes your fall harvest. Each slip produces several pounds of tubers. The vines trail across the ground or over the edges of raised beds, covering bare soil and acting as living mulch that keeps the root zone cooler underneath. Sweet potatoes are one of the few crops that actually benefit from extreme heat. Hot summers often produce the best harvests. Number 3 is southern peas, also called cowpeas, black-eyed peas, or field peas. These are not the same as garden peas, which are a cool season crop that dies in heat. Southern peas are a completely different species that thrives in conditions that would kill English peas within days. They produce prolifically in temperatures above 90 degrees, fix nitrogen into the soil, and tolerate drought better than almost any other garden legume. Plant them in late spring or early summer once the soil is thoroughly warm. They continue producing through the hottest months without slowing down. If your regular peas and beans stop producing in July, southern peas are the heat-adapted replacement that fills that gap. Number 4 is yard-long beans, also called asparagus beans. These vigorous climbing beans produce best in extreme heat. Unlike traditional green beans that slow down above 85 degrees, yard-long beans accelerate as temperatures rise. They climb aggressively on a trellis and produce long, tender pods for months through conditions that shut down regular bean production entirely. In hot climates, yard-long beans are a direct replacement for pole beans during the weeks when pole beans stop flowering. Number 5 is eggplant. Most gardeners underestimate eggplant because it grows slowly in spring. But eggplant is actually the most heat-tolerant of the common fruiting vegetables. While tomatoes stop setting fruit above 90 and peppers begin dropping flowers, eggplant continues flowering and fruiting through sustained 100-degree heat. A single plant can produce heavily throughout the hottest months, exactly when the rest of the garden is struggling. If you are in a hot climate and relying entirely on tomatoes and peppers, eggplant is the insurance policy that keeps producing when they stall. Number 6 is Armenian cucumber. Regular cucumbers slow down significantly above 90 degrees and often develop bitter fruit in extreme heat. Armenian cucumbers, technically a melon despite looking and tasting like a cucumber, thrive in heat that damages standard varieties. They produce long, mild-flavored fruit continuously through the hottest months. Grow them on a trellis the same way you would regular cucumbers. They are the direct heat-adapted substitute when standard cucumbers start struggling in midsummer. Number 7 is Swiss chard. While lettuce and spinach bolt and become unusable in heat, chard tolerates hot conditions better than any other leafy green. It continues producing harvestable leaves through the 90s and recovers quickly after heat waves that would finish most greens. Chard is not a true heat-loving crop the way okra is, but it survives and continues producing when nearly every other green in the garden has quit. If you want leafy greens on the table during July and August, chard is one of the most reliable options available. Number 8 is peppers, with a caveat. Peppers often stop setting fruit when temperatures stay above 95 degrees for extended periods, but they do not die. They pause. The key is keeping pepper plants healthy through the heat stall so they are ready to resume production once temperatures moderate. Many gardeners pull peppers too early. In reality, peppers often produce their biggest harvests once temperatures cool slightly in late summer and early fall. Do not pull them. Keep them watered. Keep them mulched. They will reward your patience. Now here are the 3 management techniques that keep even heat-sensitive crops alive during extreme heat. Technique 1. Shade cloth. A 30 to 50% shade cloth can reduce canopy temperatures by 10 to 15 degrees. That can be the difference between tomatoes that completely stop setting fruit and tomatoes that continue producing at a reduced rate. You do not need an expensive structure. A simple setup over your most sensitive crops can dramatically reduce heat stress and preserve production during extreme weather. Technique 2. Deep mulch. 3 to 4 inches of straw or shredded leaves across every bed during heat waves keeps soil temperatures significantly cooler than bare ground. Roots in cool soil continue functioning even when air temperatures are extreme. Without mulch, soil surface temperatures can become hot enough to damage root systems and reduce nutrient uptake. Mulch is one of the cheapest and most effective forms of heat protection available. Technique 3. Deep morning watering. Water deeply at the base before the day heats up so roots have maximum moisture available before temperatures spike. Avoid shallow watering that evaporates quickly and never reaches the root zone. One deep soak is far more effective than several light waterings throughout the day. There is an important lesson hidden in this list. Most gardeners try to fight the weather. They add more water, more fertilizer, and more products trying to force cool season crops to perform during extreme heat. But productive gardeners work with the season instead of against it. Every climate has crops that naturally thrive during its most difficult conditions. The gardeners harvesting heavily in August are often not better gardeners. They are simply growing crops adapted to August weather. Once I stopped fighting summer and started planting for it, my hottest weeks became some of my most productive weeks. If you are in the middle of a heat wave right now, start with the 3 techniques: shade cloth, deep mulch, and deep morning watering. Those steps can keep your existing garden alive through conditions that would otherwise shut it down. And if you want crops that do not just survive the heat but thrive in it, add okra, sweet potatoes, eggplant, southern peas, and yard-long beans to your planting plan. Those crops turn the hottest weeks of the year from lost production into some of the most productive weeks in the entire garden.